Hello friends, welcome to Nityaves Academy. And today we are going to discuss about a very beautiful poem, that is The Whitsun Wedding, written by Philip Larkin. It was written in 1958 and it was published in 1964 in his famous poetry collection The Whitsun Wedding, which is a poetry collection of 32 poems written by Philip Larkin. And this poem, The Whitsun Wedding, it have 8 stanzas and each stanza contains 10 lines, and thus it is a 80 lines long poem. The poem is about the poet's journey to London in a train. It is one of the 3 poems of the Larkin which he has written about the train journey. Actually, this poem talked about the Whitsun Day. It is one of the day in a year in which the marriage tax is declared null by the British government, and so the lower class peoples are often celebrating their marriage at this day just to avoid the marriage tax. So now let's start the explanation stanza by stanza. In first stanza, the poet says that on that day, on Whitsun Day, he was late than usual days. It was the time around 1:20 p.m. and it was sunny warm afternoon of Saturday. The train was 3/4 empty, or the 75% of the seats were empty. Windows were down, and then train started. Houses were started to run away, and the train was crossing the streets rapidly. And the poet is watching outside from the window, and what he saw is that the house windows were closed, and the train passed from near the fishing dock, and its smell came into the train. And when the train crossed Lincolnshire, it was seen immediately that the river water, the sky, and the city met at one place. Next, the poet talked about the river's breadth. The poet say that the breadth of the river starts to increase again, as in cities, river's width often smalls, and the river regain its size outside the city. In the next stanza, he says, the afternoon has started to pass away, and the train turned toward the southward. Poet is watching outside from the train. He saw wide farms, cattle, still standing industrial wastage, and the word froth is used here to indicate the standing industrial wastewater which have bubbles due to the chemicals. Poet say that he saw a hothouse, or we can say greenhouse farming, when some crops need some extra heat or extra temperature, and for that we are commonly doing greenhouse farming, greenhouse cropping, and that he saw there in the outside from the train. He say that the hothouse which was one at that place, and hedges around the farms, and rose forming, and the fragrance of the grasses was spreading. These all scenes he is describing whatever he is watching outside from the train. The train was passing through the next town now, and the cars were standing on the roads. So now in the first and second stanza, the poet described about what he have watched outside from the window of the train. So beautiful sceneries, cities, fields, farms, crops, all these things he have described here. And now in the third stanza, he will start to talk about the Whitsun Day. Now in third stanza, the poet says that till now he didn't notice the noise of the people's wedding. He says that at every station where the train stopped, due to the sunlight or due to the heat outside, he didn't notice that what was happening under the shades or under the railway platform sheds. Now the poet describes what he will see at the platform now. He said that he saw the relatives who came to see of the newly married couples, and the coolies who were carrying their luggage. He said that the train started again. We started to pass them slowly, and unmarried girls were also standing on the platform, and their makeup was looking like a joke, as they were lower class people and were not having knowledge or can say sense of good makeup. They all were standing uncertainly and watching us as the train started and we all were going now. Now, in the next stanza, the poet say that all the relatives were waving goodbye to the couples. The poet say that he see all the things in a different way. The fathers of the newly wedded girls who wore broad belts under their suits, and their mothers were fat and were talking loudly. The wedded girls have folded hairs. The poet used here the word perms. That means the folded hairs that the girls have made curls of their hairs. They have worn nylon gloves and artificial jewelry. The poet used here word jewelry substitutes because the peoples who are doing marriage at Whitsunday, they are oftenly belongs from the lower classes, and so the poet used here the word jewelry substitutes to show that they don't have the real jewelry, and that's why they are using the artificial jewelry. So this word have used to show just the class of the people from which they belongs, and also to show a beautiful descriptions of the scene. Also he say next that the girls who wore the clothes of lemon, olive watches, or can say bright and shiny color clothes, the girls who wears, it indicates that these girls have came to the marriage ceremonies. And the poet was outside from the train and he noticed that the marriages are going on in the banquet halls, yards, and as the afternoon is passing away and the evening is coming, the wedding day is going to its end now. As the train is reaching from one to another platforms, newly wedded couples are coming in the trains and their relatives are bidding farewell them from the platforms. So here the poet described what the peoples are coming to the trains and their relatives are bidding them farewells from the platforms, and their fathers and mothers and the relatives and the girls, these all are standing and they are bidding them farewell. All this have the poet have described them beautifully. Now, in the next stanza, the poet says, the last confetti and advice were thrown. The poet describing here that the people who are just departing from the newly wedded couples, they are spreading the last confetti means when anyone is going or any happy moment when we are sharing, then we are just spreading some colorful papers or sparkle type papers just to show our enjoyment. And so the poet described here that scene only, and the children are playing, they are just shouting bye bye. And the poet described that the fathers whose daughters are wedded now and they are departing from their father, going far away from their father, the fathers faces are dull, they are just somewhat emotional. The poet next say that the woman shared the secret like a happy funeral. Here this line is very important. The poet say that the secret like a happy funeral. The poet says the wedding as a happy funeral because after that, as the poet's personal thinking is indicating here that after marriage the person cannot believe happily. He have to face so many problems, and that's why he say that it's a happy funeral of a male's life, and the women are sharing this happy funeral. And the poet described it as a secret because he thinks that he know that after marriage no one can be happy, and very big problems will start to come in their lives. And after that he says, while girls gripping their handbags started at a as a religious wounding. And he says that the girls who are having matlab newly wedded girls, they have their handbags, they gripped it tightly in their hands, and he said it religious wounding for the girls because he think that after that the girls have to face some physical tortures or any we can say physical problems like that he want to describe. After that the poet explains all these couples are going to the London just to celebrate their wedding. Now the poets say that the train is now going rapidly, speedily to the London, and whatever the scene is coming, the long shadows over major roads are coming because evening is started now, and around 15 minutes the time is going because the train is running just long enough to settle heads, and I nearly died. A dozen marriages got underway, and the poet says that I was watching this scene from the afternoon time, and now I just fed up to see that all the scenes. I have seen dozen of marriages which was going underway in the path. They watched the landscape sitting side by side, and all the couples who were sitting on the train, they were watching the landscapes outside from the train. Now, in the next stanza, the poet used the word Odoion. Odoion is a place in the London where often marriages are celebrated. He says that he watched when Odoion has passed away, a cooling tower he has seen, and he also see that now the London city is approaching and the postal districts are just looking like that the wheat fields are spreading. And now, in the next paragraph, he used the word Pullman, past standing Pullmans, walls of black and moss. Now, the train has started to enter into the London, and what he saw that at near the platform, he saw the Pullmans who are rail guards, and he saw the wall of blackened mass, means he saw dirty walls there, means the train has entered into the platform of London, and now the train has stopped, and the people start to come out from the train. So, conclusively, the poet wants to say that in this poem he just expressed his intention about the marriage. First, his attitude toward marriage was negative. He used the words like religious bonding and happy funeral, these type of words he used, and his sense and his intention, or his we can say, so he was thinking negative about the marriage. And in the last line he says that the marriage is also essential part of the life, because to continue the human chain, it's a essential part of one's life and it's necessary. So he adopted somewhat positive way, he was affected from that. Now this poem is over. Till we meet next. Till then, keep practicing. Thank you.